Hello book friends, and welcome back to my channel and another video. So today I am going to be running through some books that I have recently, well I say recently, but probably from January, February and March, like that kind of era, I don't even know what I'm saying, those months, a book haul. So I have been steadily picking up more and more books since I got back into reading. I do read all of my books now on Kindle, but the ones that I really enjoy I like to pick up a physical copy of. And well, I say enjoy because there's one series in here in particular that I actually ended up not enjoying it, but I enjoyed it. I bought it while I was enjoying it, so that kind of doesn't count. But anyway, and then ones that I'm like anticipating reading that I think I'm going to enjoy. I also have a few of those. So I probably would want to do these videos maybe every couple of months like this if you guys enjoy. I don't buy enough to do monthly, and I don't want to just like buy books just to be able to haul them, because that's like getting a little crazy. I'm filming this now because I want to go through and reorganize my bookshelves today, so I thought let's just make them a mess, we'll film it, and then I can go in and actually organize them. So getting started, it's kind of in I've roughly ordered it, as in like ordered this video from when I bought them, but it's not like 100%. So the books that I bought in January are at the start, and then we kind of moved through to the books that I ordered or I bought today. So getting started is the Caraval series by Stephanie Garber, and unfortunately this is the series that I bought because I was enjoying it, and then I ended up, the last two books were, I really did not like them, and so overall I did not like the series. But they are pretty books, and I'm probably going to keep them once I start to grow my collection, and if I need more space, this probably is one of the sets that would go first. But for now, I think it's really pretty. I really like the foiling, like the gold and the red foiling. So these are hardcover versions, and they're not sprayed edges or anything, they're just like standard, but they are hardcover. So I've got Caraval, the first book, and then Legendary. This is actually why I picked up this series, because I really enjoyed Legendary, and I thought like this one was okay, this one was good, and then I thought we were going to get better, but we didn't. We took a dive off the cliff. So if you want to hear my thoughts about any of these books, because I have read most of these, I'll kind of share when I haven't read them, but my monthly wrap-up videos is when I kind of share my thoughts. So again, same sort of design. This is Legendary. Then we have Finale, which again is where it really started to take a turn. And I really like how like uniform these books all are. They're the same design, just with like slight little differences, and I really enjoy that. And then finally, the novella is also in the same style, but it's not a hardcover, I guess because it's a novella. It's so short, it doesn't need to be, but it's in the same style. So they look good on my shelf all together. This one is illustrated as well, so it's got like pictures, which is really fun. I read this on Kindle and the pictures do not translate, and I really didn't like this book, but I feel like maybe it would have been a little more fun to have actually gone through and seen the pictures. But I was just thinking to myself, like, how this was such a short novella, like how is it this thick? But then I just opened it and looked at the pages, and there is so few words on each page, so that kind of makes sense. So anyway, this is the whole set together, and I think it looks really pretty. Oh, I didn't even notice that they had numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I've never seen that before. But I really like how they all are so uniform, they all line up together, and like this is how they'll sit on my shelf, kind of like sideways. And yeah, I don't know, although I didn't love the series, I do really like these editions. So I don't know where to put books once I've talked about them. What the hell was that? Next, I picked up another series, which I was actually also in the middle of this when I read it, and thankfully I ended up really enjoying it, so that kind of worked out well. I am missing the novella, which I don't know if that was ever printed because I'm having a really hard time finding it. If anyone knows if that was printed or if they know where I could get a copy, you could please let me know and I'd be very grateful. But this is the Gold Rush Ranch Ruby Creek series by Elsie Silver, and this is the series that I see nobody talk about. Everyone talks about Chestnut Springs and whatever the new one is, like Wild something. I don't know what it is. And I'm sure those are great, but I started with this series and I really liked it. So if like this is the one that no one talks about, like this is the worst of the series, I am very much looking forward to reading the other ones. So I really like these covers as well. So it still has the price tag on it. So that one almost peeled off. I thought we were gonna have luck. Okay, I peeled most of it off. I have to peel the rest off. So this is Off to the Races, and this one is blue. And I just like how simple these are, but like eye-catching. I don't know, I really enjoy these covers. Then we have a photo finish, which this one was my favorite of the 4 books. I have now read all of these, so you can check this out in my January reading wrap up. And this is yellow. And then these ones apparently were on sale, which I didn't even realize. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that properly later. This is the Front Runner, and this one is green. I really like these, I don't know. Then we've got a False Start, which is like the pink one. And I think the one I'm missing, which I can't think of the name off the top of my head, is red. So I feel like if it was printed, I would really like to have a copy. It would go really well in my set. But obviously if it wasn't, these are the 4 that I have together. Then I picked up just a standalone book. This is called Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I hadn't heard anything about this. I was just in the shop and I don't know actually what drew me in. Maybe I had heard, I feel like I'd heard of the name, but I didn't know what it was about. So I just decided to pick it up on a whim and ended up rating it 5 stars. Absolutely loving it. So this was my first ever Ali Hazelwood book. I've now got a second one, which you'll see in a minute. But this is the cover. I don't love the cover. I don't like this art style, personally. I feel like with the second one coming out later on in the year, maybe like if there's a special edition set, I might pick that up because I really don't love. I like the red and the black. I just don't like this art style, personally. This person is not who I imagine the main character to be at all. So anyway, pick that up. Then I got probably my most anticipated book of the year, Onyx Storm. I also picked up the paperback, but I didn't bring that because I didn't think that you needed to see both. But I did buy that as well, and the Kindle version. This, I believe, is an Australia-New Zealand exclusive edition, but don't quote me on that. I just feel like I remember seeing that. And I didn't pre-order it or anything. Like, honestly, just was so like, I just wanted to read it. I didn't really think about what edition I might like to get. And then one day I was in Kmart and there was 2 left on the shelf of this special edition. Actually, I don't even know if it's a special edition. It just has sprayed edges and it matches the Iron Flame 4th Wing copies that I have. They have the same, well, like they also have sprayed edges, but obviously they're different. So it is a hardback, which not my favorite, but it's not for reading, it's for displaying on my shelf. Then we have two of probably my most prized possessions. These are true special editions. I ordered these from America and they cost me an absolute fucking bomb. One I ordered secondhand, and the second one I ordered directly from Owlcrate. I don't know if the first one is also from Owlcrate because it doesn't say. However, it matches the second one perfectly, which is, so I feel like it would make sense, but I don't know for sure. So it is the What the River Knows and What the Library Hides. So this is a duology that I absolutely fell in love with, and I wanted my hard copies to be special, so I found there was these special editions that were made and I knew I had to have them. So again, I ordered them from America and they cost me a fucking fortune, but that's okay. They are so incredibly beautiful that I just... this is the one I ordered secondhand, and I don't know what sticky stuff is on this cover, but there's something on it and I just like, I cannot get it off no matter what I do. So if anyone has any suggestions to like get rid of a sticky residue, I would really appreciate it because I don't want it to ruin the book. And then it has this like incredible artwork, and I just like I love everything about it. It is just, I love it. I'm so obsessed with it. So that's the first book. And then this is the second book in the series, and again it's like the exact same design but just like orange foil rather than gold, and then it's got the like pink sprayed edges, and again it has the most beautiful artwork. Like this is my first ever special edition books and I am obsessed with them. I can understand why everyone goes nuts over owning special editions. I really can. And then everything else I picked up this month. So these were two standalone books that I liked the look of, so I decided to pick them up. Obviously not related at all. We've got Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Again, I read Bride the month before and I really enjoyed it, so I decided to pick up this one, which I knew was brand new, and kind of I wanted to be involved in like when a book's brand new and everyone's talking about it and it's hyped. That was kind of exciting, so I picked it up. I've seen there are some really cool special editions of this book, but I didn't love it enough to spend the money, I don't think. I really like the one that looks like a comic book, and then it's got like the pool blue sprayed edges, but again, I feel like you've got to save the special editions for books that you really love. And although I liked this one, I didn't, like, it wasn't my favorite thing ever. So I think we'll just stick with this one. And then I picked up the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I picked this up kind of on a whim. I just saw it at Kmart and just was like, I've heard a lot of people talk about this. I don't know anything about it, but like, why not? And then someone ended up recommending me to read it, and so I did, and I'm like, oh, I already have that on my bookshelf, so it kind of worked out well. But yeah, it's just like the standard edition. I feel like if there was a special edition of this, I would probably look into it, because as I said, this was a 5-star read and I absolutely loved it. Then one more kind of standalone, well, it's a standalone at this stage, is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. This is the first time I have ever seen this in store. I've been looking for this since I read it in December, and I have not been able to find it in any bookshop. And today when I went to Kmart, they had this copy, which is beautiful. It's like gold foiled, And yeah, I love it. If I can get Enchantra, which is the next book that comes out in April, in this same design, I will be really happy. I think they're really beautiful together. So I really enjoyed this book, and I am very excited for the second book to come out next month. Then this is kind of just a random, I've been needing to buy this for forever. My copy of this book is the really tall grey one, which doesn't fit with the rest of the books, and I also can't find it. I don't know where I've put it. So I always wanted to get this orange one so that I could have the set that lined up. For anyone who doesn't know, this book is my Roman Empire. This is my favorite book of all time. Nothing will ever top Nestor and Cassian for me. This is everything. And so to have all of the books on my shelf except my favorite one just felt wrong, and I've been meaning to pick it up for so long. And I went into Kmart today and it was only $12, so I was like, okay, it's time, let's buy it, let's put it on your shelf. And then the other one, when I find it eventually, is so like well worn from reading it over and over and over again. That's fine, that can be my personal copy, but this one, it needs to go on my bookshelf. And then we have another series which I have been waiting to pick up. I feel like every time I go to any store, they have some of the books, but not all of them. And I really like to just pick up a series in one go. I don't like to pick up, you know, one here, one there, a couple. I just don't like that. And so today I went and they had all 5 books. I haven't read this yet, so I don't know the order. I will look it up before I put it on my shelf, but it is I think this is a Chestnut Springs series. It doesn't actually say, but I feel like this is what it is. I always knew I wanted to work through the Elsie Silver series, like that's why I started with Gold Rush Ranch, and then I will read this series next before continuing on to her newest series. But these covers aren't my favorite, like they're a little plain, but I do like how they all sit together on a shelf. So yeah, I was really happy that they had all of them together and I could just buy them in one go. And then finally for this haul, I have 2 books, but I don't have the first one because I can't find the first one anywhere. This is the Kindred's Curse saga by Penn Cole. I'm actually in the middle of this series right now. I am currently reading Heat of the Everflame, and it is a god tier series for me, so I needed a copy. I knew they had Glow of the Everflame because I'd seen it a few times, but I didn't want to buy the second one. One, because I hadn't even started the series yet, and I didn't want to buy it in case I didn't like it, and 2, I didn't want to buy the second one when I didn't have the first one. But given that I'm in the middle of the series and I am absolutely obsessed with it, I thought, okay, let's pick up the second one. You know they have that, and then I'll try and order the first one online. And so I went in, and sure enough, they had the second one, which is Glow, but then they also had Heat, which I'd never seen in store before. So I was like, okay, great, we're buying both of these, and I'll find Spark online. I also really like these covers. I think they're beautiful. I don't know, I really do think they're beautiful. So you've got like the more yellow of the Glow, and then Heat is like this really beautiful red color. And then there is also a 4th book coming out. I believe it's been delayed a number of times now, so who knows when it's going to come out. But I mean, based on how much I love this series so far, I'm dying to know what happens in the 4th book. I'm like, I think 30% of the way through this. This is like the longest book I've ever read. It's like 1100 pages, I think. No, this copy's 836, but some of them are like, it's a long book. So this is what they look like together. I just think they're so beautiful, and I cannot wait to have the first one, which probably will be, if I can find a copy, in my next book haul. But that is everything that I've picked up over the last few months. I feel like 20 minutes of a haul doesn't feel like very much, but for me, who's kind of got back into reading recently, it's a lot. I've picked up a lot of books recently. So if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more of me hauling books in the future, please let me know. I'd love to, you know, I welcome any feedback. I'd love to know what you guys are enjoying. That'd be really helpful. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next reading video.